Welcome to Philosophy and Critical Thinking. In the next month or two, I'm going to have my first book coming out. It's going to be a self-published book focused on a topic in political philosophy. The name of the book is Contrasting Identities, Navigating Identity Politics Conversations. So, as the title implies, the topic will be identity politics. The book is a short monograph on the topic of identity politics. It'll be under 100 pages, so you could dedicate reading it in a single night. But it's going to go over most of the major issues surrounding the topic of identity politics. The first part of the book will be clarifying what identity politics is, so we can be clear about what counts as identity politics and what doesn't count as identity politics. The next section of the book will be addressing criticisms of identity politics from what is known as the intellectual dark web, or IDW. Members of this group tend to be Ben Shapiro, Sam Harris, Jordan Peterson, Dave Rubin, many of these people who all seem to share an agreement that identity politics is a bad thing for a variety of reasons. So the book will be addressing criticisms from those groups of people. I'll also be addressing criticisms from a Marxist political scientist called Adolf Reed, who is critical of identity politics as well, but not so much from the perspectives from the intellectual dark web types, but from a Marxist socialist perspective. So I'll be addressing those criticisms as well. I'll also address misapplications of identity politics from its proponents, that there are certain concepts related to identity politics that are used by people which I think are used incorrectly or at least too simplistically. So I'll be addressing those misapplications there. In order to try and fix the problems of identity politics, or to make clear how to use identity politics correctly, is to introduce a philosophical method called contrastivism, which has been popularized by philosopher Walter Sinnott-Armstrong. I'll be applying Sinnott-Armstrong's contrastivism to the concept of identity politics. And what I'll argue is applying contrastivism solves the issues which attract criticisms from the intellectual dark web and from Marxist political scientist Adolf Reed. If you want to stay up to date for when the book is ready to be purchased, you can subscribe and click the bell, and I'll alert everyone once it's ready to be purchased. In the meantime, if you want more topics on philosophy, please go onto my website, philosophycriticalthinking.com. Thanks.